we're adding some flair. In this section, we'll finally create the ornament to sit on top of our ring. The cool thing is that with curves, we stay very flexible, pun intended, right until the end. You can develop your design organically, improvising and adjusting throughout the whole process. So let's get ready to add some beautiful twirly shapes. Let's hide the ring circle for now to focus on the ornament. Let's go to 7 on the numpad to look at everything in top view, and let's press Shift A and give ourselves a new curve. I think for now I will go with the path. Of course, you're welcome to use any other version that you like. Let's bevel it like before. Let's fill the caps. Let's shade it flat so that we can see a little bit better. Give it enough resolution so that it looks nice and curvy, and then you can turn it back to smooth. So let us build our first nice ornament for our ring band. And for that, let's start with a simple spiral shape. So just to recap, use G to move the points, use E to extrude them, R to rotate them. Well, if there were handles, you could rotate them. Alt S to scale individual pieces down. You can also do that in the menu under Item. And of course, Ctrl T to tilt, which will be useful if we have a different profile. For example, we could use such a profile for our first curve. So I would just use a basic spiral shape where the curve kind of intersects with itself, where it becomes a little bit thicker towards the end and then kind of tapers off. And becomes smaller again. And of course, you can always still change it during the course of this class, and you don't have to worry about making it perfect right away. I also think about maybe putting a stone into the hole here at some point. So just keep that in mind if you want to work with stones or with other decorations. You can incorporate these as well, and we will talk about this in this class. And just to show you the difference, if I wanted to build this with a Bezier curve, we could just add a Bezier curve, scale it up in edit mode. Increase the resolution a little bit to keep it smooth. Let's see what kind of profile we gave it, like this little wave here. We can also tilt this, of course, until it looks nice as we want it. So you see, with the Bezier curve, this is absolutely also possible to build. You just have to be a little bit more careful with the alignment of the handles and to see that everything looks smooth, because it's pretty easy to get some jagged places like here. So that just takes a little bit more trial and error. And Bezier curves are generally a little bit more tricky in the 3D space, but that's why we first start in 2D, so that we don't have to worry about the 3D space version of these curves. And if you feel you have too little control, of course, you can always subdivide here so that you can adjust it in finer increments and just make the shape exactly as you want it. But as you can see, it is a little bit more tricky to get it to be completely smooth. So that would be my quick attempt at the same shape, so you can maybe see why I choose the path, because it automatically just creates a very smooth curvature along the whole curve here. Exactly, so let's hide that or get rid of it if you build along, and let's bring that back into the center. Let's start with our NURBS path, and you can call that ornament. And you can save once more. I create another save file so that I can keep track of the lessons, but you can just save over the basic ring band. All right, well done.